Hi, I'm Jeremy Pollack. I'm a social organizational psychologist with a specialty in peace and conflict psychology. I'm also the CEO of Pollack Peacebuilding Systems. Okay, so those are some of the signs or behaviors that someone may be getting heated or about to become aggressive in some way. So let's talk about when de-escalation is appropriate depending on the type of aggression we're dealing with. So I want to identify two main categories of aggression here. One is premeditated aggression and the other one is spontaneous aggression. So we have to approach these self-regulation techniques both from a physiological perspective as well as a psychological perspective. So number one, we can start to slow down our speech. Slowing down our speech where we really hear our words being enunciated, that can be really important through letting the body know through behavior that, hey, we're okay, we don't need to become escalated here, we're not being threatened. Then let's set up our de-escalation sequence. We always have to consider safety first. Number one, if we're dealing with an individual who's escalated, we want to try to isolate them from other people whenever possible. We don't want them to become aggressive and then end up hurting someone else. The HALO sequence takes into consideration those two main sections of a de-escalation or conflict resolution situation. So let's walk through this step by step. This is humanize, ask questions, listen and repeat, and offer options.
I guarantee I'm about to die. Mr. Miguel. Mr.
Ali,
Miguel.
let me go with you. I will go with you, Ali.
He's using his first name here. He's really being compassionate. He's using a lot of empathy in his voice. Hey, I will go with you. Let me go with you. Let me help you. This is such an important thing to de-escalate. You could potentially relate to about this person without knowing anything else about him just by looking at them. One thing that you could say, oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, can I see that? Something that you can relate to in a way that you could potentially articulate and get that person to know, hey, I'm a little like you. So let's try that with these images. So how about this individual? What's one thing that you could potentially relate to just by looking at them quickly? Practice these techniques, try to practice them with coworkers. You might even want to try to do some role play in relevant situations for your environment. I've attached some role play scenarios here if you want to use those in the resources section, but you might want to use some that are relevant for your organization specifically. Either way, try to practice this as much as possible. These are techniques that are not always the easiest to implement. They take practice, they take time. No one's ever perfect. I'm certainly not perfect at them.